Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to take a ride in the new International, I don't know what they even call the name of the truck. It's, it's an ugly truck. I know some of you probably love the way it looks. It kind of reminds me of a PT Cruiser or Prowler maybe, but more a PT Cruiser. It's either you love it or you don't love it. However, with the right paint scheme, this is one of them, and where it kind of highlights the panels, I do like the way that it looks. So sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It's such a strange, I don't know, like front piece, head piece, whatever. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get it rolling here. Hopefully everyone's having a good night. Let's see what's available job-wise. I usually look at external contracts first because you don't have to. You can sleep whenever you want. I try to not drive like at night. We got a Christmas set which would match our truck going to Raton or Raton. I don't know. We could go to Logan, Utah. That'd be kind of fun. This is all going to be new roads, I think, except for along the top here. Was that Elko? So we'll be going through there. So, hey, what's up, Dr. Insane Gaming? Sure, tomatoes are great. All right, let's go ahead and begin that delivery. We'll do that one. That looks like fun. Now, I will say I do love the interior of this truck. It's pretty cool. Team Trees has raised $20 million. Whoa, what is that for? Is that the tree thing you were talking about, you dog man? Merry Almost Christmas Big Hunts. I love the gauges in this truck. They are, like, once again, I don't love the outside view of the truck, but from the inside, I absolutely love it. Yeah. We are almost to Christmas. And thank you for the host, by the way. Yeah, oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Mr. Beast. Oh, my gas pedal's acting weird. Hang on, let me get it pegged. There we go. Yeah, so tonight we're going to run down into Utah. I think it'll be a fun run in our Merry Christmas International. I don't love the square mirrors on the front of the truck. I really wish it could have been round mirrors, but doing good state, just super busy. It's hard to stream late at night when we have to get up early in the morning, so I've just kind of been not streaming because I'm kind of pooped and not wanting to get up or stay up late. And so this will not be a super late stream tonight. We're going to run for however long this trip takes us, and then I'm done for the night. But I figured I probably should do a stream since we haven't done one since Tuesday. I think Moni streamed, and that was it. So we'll be doing the Farm Sim stream tomorrow night, and then we'll have to see how next week goes. Now the kids are off of school for 2 weeks, so I'd imagine it won't be as big of a deal to stay up late to stream. But you know, it's hard when we have to go to school. So it unfollowed you, huh? Yeah, it's just been difficult. So it's like I want to do it full time, but we just, you know, if the only way that we can do it is to kind of like tonight. It ruins our night together. So it's like, because I have to stream so late, it's pretty much the last thing I do. So it'd almost be like working a night job, if you guys can imagine. Like, it's just not a great thing. So Mr. Beast unfollowed you? What does that mean? You said, is this message pretty? Well, it's purple. You redeemed a highlight message. Yes, it's gorgeous. Now, what's funny is it won't show on YouTube, though. It only shows for me in chat. Going to Volson here. Oh, from me. Okay, weird. I wonder why. That's weird. Now, the Twitch subscriptions, if you're subscribing with Twitch Prime, you do have to renew it every month manually. The paid for like subscriptions stay, but the ones that are from Twitch have to be resubbed every month. So, hey, what's up, Ben Pin? How you doing? Is this where it's at? Look like this is where they're marking it on the map, but maybe not. Have you been poking around space? I got my first cargo mission done yesterday, Ben Pin. I actually made it from one planet to another and made about a $6,000 profit, which is not great. But I was carrying the wrong. I just grabbed the first minerals I could find, which it was beryllium or beryl. And with that beryl, I was able to sell it. Just happened to be lucky, and I landed at the highest paying station for it. But the downside was it was still only like a couple $1,000 profit, but it was cool. So play Minecraft too. There we go. So I'm glad to have you guys here. Today is actually my birthday. I turned 46 years old today. Kind of crazy talk. I'm over that. I'm closer to 50 than I am 40. It's kind of a frightening thing. But Moni got me a foot massager. I'm looking forward to trying it out here once we're done with the truck run. Thank you. What's up, Feared Fox? You said, ew, you're old. I know. Yes, ATS. That is correct. Yeah, I know. It's a good start, right, Ben Pen? Oh, Lordy. Old man coming through. Yes, I know, Feared. I know. We'll do spin tires this coming week, Feared. I apologize. I know we've just had a busy week. But I needed to get this video done because we haven't. Oh, hey, we'll see you, Dogman. I needed to get this international truck out, but we will be doing spin tires. I promise. We'll do Chernobyl soon. No one streamed last night. We did. She streamed on Tuesday, I think, either Monday or Tuesday, and we were both off last night. So, oh, that stinks, you Dogman. Yeah, Ryan's been feeling a little bit sick. So thanks, Culchi. Yeah. So anyway, we had a. It's just been hard. Like I said, it's been a little bit frustrating trying to stream because it's like the timing is terrible for us to hit prime time, and I think this is something that we're going to have to think about in the future. It takes over my life. I think most of these guys that do it full time, that are not family guys, are they just don't have kids and stuff, so they're able to stream whenever. But for me to do prime time, it's really difficult. I think pretty much we're going to be looking at when I get back to the United States, when Moni gets over and we start getting into the swing of things with the kids, having to go to school and stuff. I have a feeling that the streams are going to be taking place during the day, so you guys can watch at work and stuff. But thank you, Tinker. Thank you for the cheer. I don't know that I'll be able to do it at night because we really, plus Moni's going to be streaming at night too. So, we don't want to stop. I probably will stream during the day and then do YouTube work at night. But that way I can have time with the kids and with my family and have an evening. Because it's difficult. Like I said, you end up, when you have to stream in the evening, it just doesn't work. So I might have to treat it like a job and stream during the day. And hopefully I'll pick up you guys at work and stuff. But right, they do their streams when the kids are at school. And that's probably just what we're going to have to do. I don't see any other way around it. Yeah, nighttime is for family. That's right, Feared. So I think that's what we're doing. You know what, Tinker? So a couple things about the Lonestar. I kind of said a little bit at the beginning of the video, but the truck is ugly as all get out. I mean, it is not a good-looking truck under most circumstances. However, with the right paint job and the right setup as far as, like, when you have the full cab and the sleeper and all that stuff, I don't mind the way that it looks. And then with the right paint job, it actually is good-looking. So it's ugly as all get out by itself. It looks too much, like I said, like a PT Cruiser. Or the Chevy HHR. I mean, it just has that either you love it or you hate it nose. That's, you know, the two things wrong with it. One, it's pointy on the bottom instead of the top, and two, it's just obnoxious. So, but once again, with the right paint scheme, it could look really cool. It does look really cool. It seems to do well with stripy paint schemes. It also does well, like with this, where on the paint scheme that I'm using right now, the Santa Claus Express here, it's got these lines all over it, which kind of define the different panels, and I like those. I like those panel lines. So this paint job actually works really well with this truck. Now, that said, I absolutely love the interior of the truck. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's green for me anyway. Yeah, I saw that Idaho's coming out next. That's great news. Probably still won't hit until when? You guys think like May or March? I mean, like probably another 3 months, and we'll have Idaho. But they're starting to speed up production of these states, which is great news. Because plus Idaho is like the perfect state because it connects Utah and Oregon and all those, and you know, Washington. It's a good thing. So. Let's see. The best thing you have found out is having a schedule lets people work around it. Yeah, right. You have to have, and that's the other thing too. So it's, you know, if we have something come up, or we got to go somewhere, you know, it's like I can't have a scheduled stream. So if I do it during the day, I think that it'll be better because I'll actually be able to set a schedule and really kind of, you know, do from like noon to 3 or something like that, or from like 11 to 3. End of February. Wow, that's really early. Okay. And we just do that every day. I probably do 4 hours a day because I need to work on YouTube stuff too. So, but yeah, I really do like the cockpit. The two problems that I have with the cockpit, the side mirrors are gone when you're looking forward. As you can see here, I cannot see my regular side mirrors at all. I have no idea what's going on behind me. Don't love that. So you really have to like look at your mirror for a while to see if you can change lanes. The other thing I don't love is that instead of the round mirrors, we only have these little square mirrors available. And I wish we had the round mirrors because I always like those. They're bigger, and I like the round mirror better. So that's my complaints with it. Once again, the mirrors are not visible inside, and it has these crappy little round square mirrors versus my favorite round. But I love the view. I love the way the hood looks. I love the interior. Like the whole feel of the interior does feel like an International inside. It just has that feeling. So, oh my gosh, Sir Imsalot. There we go. Well, Sir Imsalot, welcome to the Twitch stream, and I can't believe you've gotten through all my Farm Sim content. Oh man. Some people do that. I do have people that junk watch my stuff. So, anyway, yeah. So once again today, I turned 46 years old. I can't believe it. I'm an old man. And my wifey Pooh got me a foot massager and a coffee mug, and my kids got me some warm like thermal gloves and a hat. Not gloves, socks, and then a bunch of Christmas cards, chocolates. We went out to dinner. It was nice. And now we're settling in for a truck drive through Oregon, which is really a curvy road. We do need to pull over at the next stop because it is becoming quite a bit of nighttime here, and I do like to drive during the day, so we'll pull in here at the next sleepy spot. 31 tomorrow. Hey, congratulations. Isn't it fun having a birthday on almost Christmas? Happy 46. Thanks, Tanker. I appreciate the cheer. Oh my gosh, Osa. Yikes. Thank you, sir. Yeah, this will be going up onto YouTube. ATS will probably always be a Twitch series because it's fun to talk to people, so 30 and above year old? I don't think so. I think that like 60 is the new 30, the way people's go. Like the way people's health goes. Thank you, Sharpie. Things are going great. Yeah, Tanker's in first place with the cheer. It gave me happy birthday cheer. Yay! 45 was more exciting. When I turned 45 last year, I thought that so we're supposed to be going 55 here, but there's just no way. I've got the thing pegged. This is a 600 horsepower truck. I thought that I was 46 last year, and then I realized that I was 45. Did the math. Viking, thank you for the cheer. I appreciate that. 60 birthday cheer. Yay! Mr. Imslot gave me some emoji cheer. Hey, Blaze Wolf, how's it going? Yeah, I didn't remember how old I was, so I guess that was... Wow, look at how pretty that is. That's quite a vista. I wish you could sleep there. Go off the... Man, I'm driving off the road. Because texting and driving is so safe. That's right, Osa. Timmy's capable of doing it. He's got his little headset thing. Yeah, it is difficult to math your age with December. Man, it looks like we're already hitting the southern part of the state. So did anybody else pick up Fishing Barents Sea for their console? I'm having a blast with it on the Switch. It's funny having to start over again and like kind of figuring out, okay, what am I going to do? Where am I going to head? Whoa, went around that corner a little too fast. There we go. I'm on my way to Utah. I am in Oregon right now. We'll be in Oregon. We're going to pass into Nevada, and then from Nevada, we're going to pass down into or over into Utah. So we'll be going through Elko, and so we got a bit of a trip to go. Oh, you just got it today? Oh, I know. It's great, isn't it? And it's nice now that we have more than just the two different brands to pick from. Now we have Volvo, and we've got International, and you've got the two Kenworths and the two Peterbilts. So we have 6 trucks to pick from now, which is nice. It's taken them long enough to get there, but hopefully they'll continue working with manufacturers and delivering these trucks, because it's so nice to be able to have more than just 2 trucks to pick from. Oh, you used to live in Utah. Sweet. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, old dog. It looks like you can teach an old dog new tricks. It's a terrible joke, sorry. Whoa, this dude's stopping. What are you doing? Idiot. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I get a decent amount of truckers on here, Osa. That's pretty funny. Full speed ahead. You said welcome to the U.S., right? Brake check. That's right, Timmy. You get to go out west. I don't want to say frequently, but you get to drive out west occasionally. It's so cool. Yeah, exactly. Where you experience people who don't know how to drive. Well, you think it's bad in the U.S. Though I'd say people know how to drive here. They just drive nuts. Ah. Oh, Big Hunts, you're from Ogden. Okay. Yeah, that's the only horn that I had available. They didn't let me have any other choices. I think whenever they bring new trucks into the game, they have a very limited amount of like kit available. So, yeah, I saw the Idaho was next. That'll be coming out. There, I guess somebody was. I think Feared was saying February, so that's pretty soon actually. Surprisingly, I need somewhere to sleep. I don't need to turn my headlights off. I need brights. Provo or Ogden. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know if I want to move to New Mexico. I definitely want to spend some time out there. Oh, I'd love it. Ah, I see. Wells, Nevada, huh? Interesting. Tinker said giggle. It would be great if we could get 3 or 4 states a year. They need to, because otherwise they're never going to get done. Let's see. How are we on fuel? We're pretty low on fuel. So we're going to pull in here and get some. Love that blinker sound. Yes, that is right. Idaho will be the next one. Bunny Ranch, yeah. All right, just going to turn this off. Won't go any further with that one. Enter to fill it up. Oh, the next map on ETS. What are they saying for ETS? Iberia. Cool. Okay, so what would Iberia contain? Like, what countries? Is that going to be 3 or 4 countries in there? Or is that like the Iberian Peninsula? What would that entail? We have to get out here. Let's see. What is that? That station wagon parked? Okay, these cars are all parked. I can't really see here. Oh, that's hilarious. You work for a harvest company, you love FS19. It is funny how people, like, they play their jobs too, you know, like now personally I don't, like, I'm terrible, like, if I don't have to photograph, like, I just don't. Sometimes I like to get good photos, but in general I get so burned out of having to take photos all the time that I just don't even want anything to do with it. But Arthur, you two with 500 city. And a little, okay, we're just going to park right here, right out in the middle of nowhere, because we can. There we go, parking brake. And let's go to sleep. Shh. Yeah, the Iberian Peninsula, it's not, I don't believe Iberia, I mean, maybe is Iberia a country? Oh, I don't know. Spain and Portugal. Okay, that's what I thought. I know it's the peninsula, but I didn't think that there was an actual country of Iberia. And just so you know, Iberia would be the region that that we have the new Hunter DLC also that takes place in the Iberian Peninsula. And so you have those, like the ibexes, which are Iberian goats, basically. Which makes sense. That's why it's all together. So not only do we have, that's awesome. So Spain and Portugal represented in Hunter, but now we also have it in Farm Sim. A little bit of a overlap there. Pretty cool. Maybe Gibraltar. That'd be cool. Like Sardinia. It stinks if we don't have Gibraltar. Okay, you're going to Newark, New Jersey. That'll be a fun traffic experience in a truck. Not. Watch out for low bridges. Get around that corner. Good. It includes part of France? Okay. All my YouTube in France. Wait, all my YouTube and Twitch will fit in my truck game. Probably. The Iberian Peninsula. Speaking of France and Europe and all that stuff, it's pretty cool to see all the Peugeot and Citroens here in England. Like some of them are like famous rally cars, like the 306 and 307, or the 206 and the 307. It's pretty cool stuff. So, yep. Now in America, double yellows. I don't know if the rule's the same. You're really not supposed to park along the side of the street if there's no parking signs. We don't. The double yellows is a English thing. The other thing that scares me about driving in England is they don't have stop signs. Sometimes they have yield signs, but they just have white lines on the road that mean stop. or show you which ones have the right of way, because everything's a yield, and that scares me a little bit. But because you'd be in my truck. that's funny, Tinker. Oh, so they're going to have Andorra Davala. Cool. Just like they did in the... whoa. This is such a beautiful stretch of road. Just like they did in Pro Mods. I love Andorra. Yeah. No, England doesn't have stop signs. It's not just yield, it's give way, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, some places they do, but here, like where we are, they just have lines on the road. You're like, sometimes they'll put a yield sign up, but a lot of times there'll be nothing, just the lines on the road. What do you do if it's dark and raining and you can't see the lines? You know, it's a little scary. Yeah, in America, double yellow is no passing, right? It's not no parking. But here, double yellow means no parking. They do in ETS2. In ETS2, you've seen them, yes. That is not a complete representation of what actually happens in England. Yeah, and they have traffic wardens that make sure you don't. When we go to drop the kids off at school, they don't seem to mind if you're only there for a couple seconds dropping the kids off, but if you take longer, they start to get, you know, coming over to the car and looking you over like, what are you doing? Can't wait for the North Carolina map. It's probably going to be a little while. Those are the countries in the real world? Okay. Thank you, Kaleem. Yeah, they're just rare, right? Nebraska shouldn't be too far away. I would think they're going to make a kind of fill them out top to bottom. I'll have to look at a map because Idaho was next. So if Idaho's next... My prediction is going to be Colorado, because we have New Mexico, we have Utah, we have Arizona. I would think Colorado is going to be the next one after Idaho. I don't think they're going to do Texas yet, but they might, but I don't think so. It would. I think Colorado makes more sense from a map standpoint, or Wyoming or Montana. Yeah, either of those would work too, because we're kind of making a big square. Texas would still be off the map at that point. When Colorado comes in and like Oklahoma and stuff like that, then Texas might be something that they would do. But they probably will add Four Corners. I would imagine it's a famous landmark, but slow down here. Man, I'm way under speed this whole trip. Not that it really matters. Once again, it's an external contract, so... I'm just trying to stay on the road here. Yeah, exactly, Osei. That happens quite a lot, actually. So curse your external contracts. That's one of the things that is hard with England. It's that they do build the buildings right up to the street, so you really have a hard time seeing around the corners. So when you pull out, it's kind of a crapshoot. You just hope you don't pull out in front of somebody. Stop sign. I missed it. There we go. Yep, I'm hauling gifts. It'll be whatever the scale is. It's like 133. It'll match the scale of the other states, so it's going to be smaller than the real Texas, but it'll still be big. I mean, we're still in. This whole time we've been driving in Oregon. We're hauling gifts in Oregon. So, hey, what's up, Scania? Lover, farming lover. Yeah, these are gifts. We're taking gifts in. It is almost Christmas, so we're going to do some gift deliveries. Yeah, they need to widen the streets from the horse and cart days, right? You can't demolish someone's home, right, to make the corner safe, right? It's scary. There's nothing they can really do about it. It's just how the roads are built, so... Yeah, Texas will be like California. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying before, it is my birthday today. I turned 46 years old. Holy cow. I'm an old man. So I'm hauling presents for myself. So how do you guys like the interior of the new truck? Like I said, I do like it. So. Oh, I do play FS19. Blaze, check out my my YouTube channel. If you slide down below the video, you'll see a link to my YouTube channel. I got tons of FS19 videos on there. We'll be actually doing the FS19 multiplayer server tomorrow night. Around the same time, about 11 to 2. Tonight will be earlier because I do have to go to bed. But yeah, I love FS19, and it's a great game. Tanker, thank you. Thank you for the cheer, Sharpie, by the way. Yeah, true, Osa. That it has worked. Yeah, because most of the towns aren't. Some places are busy, but. Yeah, we have a couple of DLCs in there. Thank you, White Hawk. We have the Anderson pack and the John Deere Cotton pack because everybody wanted to put that in. So hopefully, Blaze, if you ever get it, you'll be able to join. I think the John Deere one's not too expensive, but the Anderson pack is, I think, like 14 or 15 bucks. It's not cheap. Let's see. What parts of North Carolina have I been to? I have been to Raleigh and Durham. Isn't Myrtle Beach in North Carolina? No, that's South Carolina. Or maybe it is North Carolina. I've been through North Carolina just traveling, but I did work in Raleigh for a couple of days for an apartment complex. I was down there, and it was nice. Yeah, there's some beautiful towns. We've been through a bunch of them in this area. They're just gorgeous. Saltburn is, of course, just gorgeous. So, yeah, this is the Lonestar. That's correct. We are driving a International Lonestar. It got added into the game about maybe a week ago. I haven't had a chance to drive it yet, though, for stream or YouTube. So I wanted to get a video here of us driving it, and I love it. It's a great truck. Ugly as all get out on the outside. Yep, I'm running the Cummins engine, and I am at 605 horsepower. That's okay. You've been through the Raleigh airport, just through the airport. That's funny. Yep. Doing a cargo haul from Estonia to Portugal. That'd be a long trip, man. Jeez. Yeah, 605 horsepower. That's correct. That's my chipped engine. I think it starts out as a 585 or something like that, and then it goes to 605. Same engine, but I think they chip it up for horsepower. It is funny how little amounts of extra horsepower can actually improve your gas mileage. So I've talked about this before, but I wanted to point this out again. I was driving my Hyundai Sonata. When I first got it back from my ex-wife, I was getting about, I want to say 22 to 23 miles per gallon. I put a K&N filter in there. That's all I did, was just change the K&N filter. And when I did that, I actually increased my miles per gallon up to 27, 28 miles per gallon. So it had a 4 to 6 mile an hour increase in miles per gallon, and that was from a simple, like 5 horsepower upgrade. So it is worth upgrading horsepower, especially. It's funny, you'd think that having more horsepower would actually cause you to burn more fuel, but it doesn't. It actually, because you don't have to press the gas as much to get the same power out of the car, you actually end up saving gas. So it's an interesting thing. Jeremy Clarkson proved that. They took a Toyota Prius and they took a BMW and they raced them. And the Prius actually got about 10 times worse gas mileage than the BMW because to push the Prius, you had to get out of the electric and get into the motor. And so the motor had to just run overtime to keep up lapping with the BMW speeds. And the BMW had no problem at all because it had plenty of horsepower and got much better gas mileage. So it all depends on your driving style. A Prius works great if you drive really gingerly and keep your foot not in the gas, but off the gas and try to coast everywhere, you'll get great mileage. But if you drive like a maniac, you're going to get worse mileage than a car that actually has a real motor. So where the heck is this way station? Is it? Okay, we have to go. Geez. They totally took us off the main road here to do this. Hopefully I won't get a ticket. It looks like I passed it. Right, because the engine doesn't work as hard. So, ooh, you're going to Alaska. That's cool. Oh, did the International come with all the electrical issues? I don't know. Do they have a lot of electrical issues in the Lonestar? All right, so hang on a second here. Let me get across. Are you talking about the BMW with electrical issues? How to go to Portugal. If you have Pro Mods, you can... No, it doesn't go to Portugal. They're going to be adding it in, though, Scania Lover. That's the next add-on, supposedly. We're going to get the Iberian Peninsula. Ford UK midsize sedan came with 1.3, 1.26, 2.3 inches. Yeah, couldn't haul the weight. Right, you need to have at least enough engine to haul the weight. Otherwise, you're going to be burning more gas because you're going to push harder on the gas pedal. So... if they do add those states that are not on the U.S. mainland, what they'll do is they'll do the same thing they do in Euro Truck, where you jump using a ferry. In this case, you probably go to a stop or something like that, and then you'll jump to the next. It'll have a loading screen, and then you'll be in that next state. So. Hawaii, you definitely get on a ferry boat, but I don't think ferry boats go to Hawaii. It's 5.5 hours by airplane. So I think that probably you will not see a ferry boat from the United States to Hawaii, but international. They're not built good anymore, huh? I didn't realize they were foreign built. That's interesting. Internationals. Let's see. You've noticed worse gas use on your 10-year-old car. Too many horses have died and escaped yet. Yeah, I would think before they go to Alaska that they'd add in Canada, and then they would. I guess I probably should have stopped there, but I rolled it. And then they would add in Alaska on top of Canada instead of skipping it, because this is, let's face it, this is not necessarily United States of America Truck Simulator. It is the American Truck Simulator. That could include North America and South America, all of it. So maybe next thing you know, we'll be in Chile, traveling over the pass of Santiago or whatever, up at 16,000 feet, where your truck has no horsepower. There you go. Hey, what's up, big tall man? How you doing? Long time no see, I feel. I mean, obviously it's been last week. But they should do a British Isles expansion. Well, eventually they will. ProMods has done it already, but once again, ProMods, they get behind because ProMods needs that, they make an area and then ETS remakes it, and then they have to get rid of it and redo their whole map. So it would be nice to see Ireland. Ireland takes all of 10 minutes to drive around on the Pro Mods. Yeah, the Bolivian Death Road. There you go. Yeah, there's some gorgeous scenery in Argentina and Chile. Beautiful mountain scenery. Ah, cool, Tanker. So at the Westbridge Hills is out. How is it? You guys having fun on it? Or how does it look? Have they updated the textures, or is it all like old looking? That's funny, Big Tall and Cole. That's got to be a pretty bridge. The QE2 bridge, huh? Some with old, some with new. I'll have to check it out. I know Big City's been dying to get his hands on that one. Looks like we're into, I would say that we're into Nevada by now, don't you guys think? This looks like Nevada territory. But then again, the speed limit says otherwise. The 65 says that we're still in Oregon. Doing great, Big Tall Man. Thank you for asking. She's playing, looks like the Transport Fever 2, which is a lot of fun. I really enjoy that game. I like making the trains. It's almost like it's like playing with a big train layout with real scenery. Then you get to run them and watch them. I can't wait to get to the newer tech stuff. Shoot the little furry creatures. Oh my goodness. So we've got the Santa Claus truck in the desert, delivering presents in the desert, because people live in the desert. Yeah, she's not shooting furry creatures now. Transport Fever. Transport Fever. Not the hunter. Oh, Lord. I hate to pass on the double yellow, but that guy got too much weight on that little truck. That was pretty cool, though, actually. One of the things that I've noticed is that I have not seen any other international trucks driving in the game. I see them at the dealerships, but I haven't noticed any other ones on the road. I have to keep my eyes peeled, but oh, I definitely would. I would definitely build a train layout. I actually had one started for N scale, but I just ran out of funds. You know, when engines cost $100 a piece, I can't keep up with that. All right, we got a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit here, so I think we've crossed into Nevada. Could be wrong, though. Stretch my back a little bit. So we're on the second leg of our journey here. Yeah, I love model trains. I grew up reading. I was one of those nerds that read Model Railroader magazine and Model Railroad Craftsman. Oh, Lord. Slow down. Slow down. Okay. Need to watch those curves. But Model Railroader in the 80s was a great experience. They had it. That was when they switched all the couplers over to Kato couplers. I don't know if you guys remember, like train buffs remember that. You had these, they called them Kato brand couplers, and they instead of being the big plastic clunky couplers, they were actually like they looked like real train couplers. Much easier to use with HO than with N scale. They look really good on N scale, but they were a pain in the butt to use because they're so microscopic. But oh, interesting, Big Tall Man, huh? It's a Core i3, huh? Gotta watch her. All right. Have fun, Tanker. Thanks for showing up. It was nice having you here tonight. And you're going to be building a railroad in your basement? That's awesome, Osa. What scale are you going to go with? Yeah, this truck has a 60. Because I'm doing an external mission, I have a 65 kilometer or 65 mile per hour limit on this too. So, oh, you're going to do 00? That is a challenge. It's going to cost you a pretty penny to do 00. But so you're going to do it narrow gauge, or you're going to try to run it actual scale? Usually, people that do 00 and 000 are doing narrow gauge railways. You have O scale, half O, and then 00. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it should be able to run it, but I don't know. That's weird. Yeah, I had a friend that his dad was into S gauge. One of those, like, dying breed railroad things. Yeah, HO is probably, HO and N scale are probably the most popular scales. HO is the larger. N scale is, you know, is probably half the size or a quarter size of HO scale. And then you have Z, which is really, really tiny. The Z scale stuff it's too small to really be practical though for a train layout. They require constant maintenance because they get, you know, a little teeny piece of dust will, you know, gum the whole thing up. So HO is probably the best all around gauge because there's so many things available for it. It's easy to work on and yet still has that minute detail that the smaller trains have. But like I said, they're just the vast majority of stuff that's out there is HO scale. Plus the pricing is good because of that. You know, whereas an O scale engine that scale, they're like 700, 800, 900, even up from there. You know, and you know, a nice HO scale engine is about 100, 115 bucks. So N-track can be, let's see, N-track can be used for HOOO scale, narrow gauge. Okay, so are you going to make it narrow gauge, Osa, or I have to look up and see what is OO is larger than HO though, isn't it? Fleischmann, there you go. Yep. Anyone remember Bachmann? That was a big one. I think they still make stuff. Lifelike. Atlas. I have a bunch of Atlas running stuff, like a bunch of Atlas trains, both engines and cars. I have a bunch of Norfolk and Southern equipment. There you go, big tall man. That's awesome. That guy just pulled out, assuming that I was turning, I guess. All right, so now we're getting on the expressway for a little bit. I think this is actually going to take us all the way to our destination. So we should be hopping on the freeway here and cruising for a while. But maybe not. Oh, I see. So they use HO track, but they're... Oh, I think I just cut somebody off. Oops, sorry. Well, you should have got out of the way. I had my blinker on. Okay, so they use the same track. Yeah, this truck has... This must be heavy presence because it takes a long time. Yeah, oh, for outdoor railways, for sure. O gauge, or even like the live steam stuff. Was it LGB, G gauge? Yeah, G gauge is the best for like garden railway, but of course expensive. G gauge engines are astronomical at times. Well, that's cool, big tall man. Well, yeah, that's 800 is not bad. I mean, that's a nice computer setup for 800 bucks. Some of these new Ryzen chips are giving Intel a run for the money in some places, but the problem is they're almost as expensive as the Intels now. So it's kind of like, but you can buy them and know that you're going to get a good product. So if you like AMD, you want to go something other than Intel. Yeah, half O, right, exactly. HO, the H and HO stands for half O. Oh, so they weren't using so much critical resource. Interesting. I love HO. Like I said, I love that scale of trains. It's like the perfect modeling scale. Big enough that you can get your hands around it without breaking it. Small enough that you can, you know, fit it into a pretty small space and still have a nice railroad. Whoops. If you guys have ever had a chance to check out on YouTube, there's a dude. His name is George Selios. I think it's Selios. But the big thing that you need to remember is it's called the Franklin and South Manchester. So Franklin and South Manchester. Look that up on YouTube if you can find videos of it. It is one of the most incredible HO scale layouts I've ever seen. The guy scratch built about 300 buildings like on this giant map that looks like New York City in the 1930s. It's all steam based. He's got all these old cars and buses, but he scratch builds these models and then he sells them. He makes molds for them and he sells them on to train stores and stuff. He gets limited runs, but his stuff is just unbelievably beautiful. The buildings are incredible. The detail is incredible, and it is just it's a layout that's definitely worth taking some time to see on YouTube. There's not a lot of good videos of it out there, but it's called the Franklin and South Manchester, and it is a work of art. I mean, the guy really just everything has there's little people standing all over the place, but it's not like I've seen a lot of cool train layouts. Once again, I've been a huge fan since the early 80s. Been to a lot of actual train layouts. I've never seen anything like the Franklin and South Manchester. It's just incredible. The detail is unbelievable. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. And it's kind of scary at the same time, big tall man. See, the problem with the UK, the locos were smaller and narrower, yes. The clockwork motors wouldn't fit in the HO scale. Oh, so they made the locos a bit bigger for clockwork mechanisms. Oh, okay, all right. But because the HO track was mass produced, they used HO track to save costs. It's about 2 millimeters too narrow. That's funny. So it's off scale, which seems like a very un-British thing to do. Usually they're very meticulous about like making everything perfectly to scale and perfect. Like, that's funny. Like, they're very precise about everything, and it's funny that, especially about train stuff. Very precise. Oh, dude, don't do this. Come on. Get off. Hopefully he's getting off. Let's see if we can get over because he's probably going to slow down. Right, there we go. Got to watch people like that. Yeah. So anyway, if you guys get a chance, once again, Franklin and South Manchester is my favorite railroad. That was cool. One time I went to, I think I told you guys this. I went to California, and I was a teenager, and my mom and I were driving up this hill, and I had read in an article in Model Railroader about this place called Tehachapi, where the train had to go up a certain amount of feet, and the only way they could do it was to have the train pass over itself. So it makes a big loop in the mountains. The train goes under the bridge, it goes up and around, and then ends up looping over the top of itself, and the train actually passes over itself. So we were driving through California, and we passed a little sign on the side of the road. It was all full of bullet holes, and it said, next right, Tehachapi Loop. I said to my mom, I'm like, we gotta get off. Like, we gotta go check this out. And so we drove off the road and followed the signs, and sure enough, we came up to this mountain pass, and you park on the side of the road and walk up this path. There's a long dirt path, and you end up standing on top of this mountain that overlooks the Tehachapi Loop. So you can actually stand there and you watch the I believe it was Southern Pacific at the time, trains coming up out of the, I want to say it was San Bernardino Valley, coming up to Tehachapi through the loop and then up to the top of the mountain and over the pass. You know, it's one of the 2 or 3 passes that go from east to west. The, you know, Donner Pass being another one. There just aren't that many passes from east to west, so all the trains constantly are coming up and down this mountain pass. And it's one of the things, it's been modeled in the train sim, but anyway, it was really cool. So to be able to experience that in real life, and if you stood on one side of the mountain, you could watch the trains coming down from the top, going through all these tunnels. They weave their way through 7 or 8 different tunnels, and then they go through the loop, and there's a little cattle ranch there, and they pass through the loop, and then keep on going down the mountain through some more tunnels. And they honk their horn at each tunnel so you can hear them coming, but there was a constant flow of trains go through, so you never had a moment where there weren't trains passing through. It was really cool. The other is P4, which is exact gauge. Ah, interesting. The tolerance isn't there. It's so funny. Other than they're loud as heck. Yeah, well, trains are loud as heck. Depends on how fast they're going. They go through my backyard, they're pretty quiet because they're going slow. Thank you, Flash, for the sub. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Nice to have you here. We are rocketing our way to Utah with a load of gifts. I don't even remember what city we're going to. We can check that out in a second here once I get through this. There we go. We're taking gifts to Logan. My truck needs to be worked on. Looks like I've had a crash or two. Nah. Did you go see Pelosi and Kelly? No. Got to see enough of her last night. Twitch Prime, thank you for the sub, Elk. Thank you for the emote. I can't press the thank button without crashing my truck, but thank you. And the sun's going down again, so we're going to find somewhere to rest if we don't hit Utah first. It's looking like we're getting into Utah here, so. Frequent deer crossing ahead. Uh-oh. I think we might have crossed into Utah. Could be mistaken, but this is looking an awful lot like the mountains on the other side of Salt Lake City. Oh, yeah, Big Tall Man, they don't come through the center of town. Snowballs. This is actually not a Freightliner. It is an International, and it is made. It is the Lonestar, and I do like it a lot. Actually, it's quite an enjoyable truck. Inside, I love the way it looks. Outside, it's a little bit ugly, but with the right paint job and the right equipment mounted, it looks pretty good. Just has such a weird front end, and when it is, the day cab version is really ugly. Of course, International has always made really ugly trucks. Think about the 80s International buses, the long nose buses, how ugly those things were. They were just weird looking trucks, and I love them because of that. So this truck is no exception. It is just, you know, it's funny because but it has like an artistic flair, and that's something that's a little different for Freightliner, because Freightliner, usually they were just so utilitarian, like truck. Did you hire a designer? No, we just hired we hired engineers to build a truck, and this is the first one that I think that they've built that has a very artistic look to it. Yeah, I love the way that the gauges inside the truck are set up and stuff. Though the cockpit is excellent, and welcome. Jackson, I'm glad to have you on the channel, and thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So these are made in Mexico then, yeah, and that might be part of the issue that people have been talking about where they're having problems. Huh? What, honey? They're made in Mexico. All right, so we're going to pull over here and go to this rest stop. And we're going to stop over here. She's running through the Transport Fever 2 scenarios. So we're almost to our destination, but we're going to pull up for the night. Like, once again, I like to drive during the day so you guys can see the scenery. Otherwise, it gets pretty dark. What? I can't pull in there? Freightliner Classic XL, a real man's truck. There you go. I hope we do get to see Freightliner eventually. Oh, dude, so you actually have a real International. That's cool. I saw, I was watching, oh, that's an exit. Okay. I was watching the trucking tow show about the Coca-Cola. I can't think of what it's called. Highway Through Hell. And they had somebody had crashed one of these. It was brand new, and the guy was like, the owner was just like, oh, I can't believe it. Like, like the truck is literally 4 weeks old, and it's already like, it was pretty trash. What happened was oops, that's a dead end. The guy, they were using a dumper, and the dirt had frozen up in front. It was one of those like 45 or 53 foot dumping trailers. And the dirt froze up front, so it came out of the back, making the front top heavy, and that toppled the truck over. And of course, you know, it broke the whoops. No, I don't care about sticky keys. No, dang it. It basically broke the trailer, like it bent the hydraulics, and then the truck was all smashed up. They were able to fix the truck at least and get it back up and working, but the owner was so upset. He was just like, man, I just bought that truck. Like, it was, you know, like, okay, the 9400i. Okay, yep. And a Lonestar. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, it stinks getting out. We have some issues like that where I live. There's a track that goes through town, and sometimes it hampers the emergency services. But what can you do? It is what it is. Tank is full. Right here, I'm using I'm in England right now with my wife, and she'll be moving over to the States here in a couple months. But until then, I am here with her for a couple months, and so I am using just I have a Track IR that I brought from America, and then I am using a used Logitech G29 that we bought off of eBay for $100, and well, $120, whatever. Stop here. And we're gonna sleep. And that's it. That's all I'm using right now. Now at home, I also have a Thrustmaster shifter, and then I have a SKRS knob that goes on top. So I can drive an 18-speed setup with all the switches and knobs that they have in a real truck. It's pretty cool. I do have a video about it on my YouTube channel showing it in operation, and unfortunately I can't duplicate that here because it's just way too expensive. The shifter's like $150, and then the knob setup is another $120, so I just don't have that kind of money to buy two of them. So this works fine though for now, so we're just driving an automatic, which a lot of trucks nowadays are coming in 10 and 11 speed automatics. So okay, so the 9400 is made in Canada. Cool. Oh my gosh, that stinks, Osa. Yeah, it's hard to sleep through that, huh? I think this is how we get out. Yeah, the G29 is pretty much, I mean, the G920 is the same thing too. But the Logitech steering wheels are the best on the market right now. I mean, Thrustmaster makes really good stuff too. I'm just, you know, I haven't tried too much of the Thrustmaster steering wheel stuff, but I know that my shifter is awesome. The problem with the Thrustmaster is it's even more expensive. You know, like if you get the whole setup, it's pretty pricey. But it's also all metal, so it's pretty cool. 9400 is the best truck you've ever had, huh? There you go. I think the one that I was using before in this series was a 9800, I believe. Yes, Sir B is back. That's right. Midwest Iowa. There you go. I live in Midwest Ohio. I am in the UK though now. So Love's truck stop. What are these people doing? Why are they all stopping? I guess is there a stop sign? I guess they got a stop sign. Look at that. I'm going.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
All right. Trying to keep the momentum going here as we got onto the ramp. Did a pretty good job there. Come on, baby. So at the night, the two would run steam locomotives. Oh, that's so cool. Because they had to turn the power off. Oh, that makes sense. That's why they used steam locomotives still. It has 2 million miles on it. What? 12 inches of snow overnight. Man, I don't miss that. I'll tell you what. We had a little bit of snow the other day where we're at, and then today it was like in the 40s. Like the temperature just jumped up, and it was. You can almost feel like the humidity in the air. It was warm. Okay, port of entry. So you're getting into Utah here. Ah, I've been flagged at every dang way station on the way. Like, you think they know my weight by now, but must be something about the cargo I'm carrying that's requiring them to make me stop every 10 minutes. Well, the good news is it sounds like it'll last a lot longer from according to this. You got 2 million miles on his. Yeah, they retired the steam engines, right? Oh, I bet. So the engineers love the steam engines, but they hated the battery-powered ones, yeah. Right. Each state wants money, right? Sorry, truck. All right. There's parts of the Salt Lake right there. The Great Salt Lake. Yeah, everything stops. Well, that's what happens here, too. If there's ice on the road, they just shut everything down. Or snow. Yeah, the steam engines can haul. Well, I think the longest train was hauled by Big Boy, wasn't it? It's like 5.5 miles or something like that. Single engine. 5.5 mile long train. Can you imagine waiting at the crossing for that one to go by? Oh, man. Oh, fudge. Oh, dang it. Oh, these people are going to slow down. Look at that. Yeah, South Florida. Well, sometimes you do. When you do, it's over. when there's white stuff in Florida, everybody's crashing off the road. Yeah, true. Port of entry is that's true speed. That usually when you get to a port of entry as a trucker, you do have to stop because each state wants record of what you're carrying and how much it weighs for their records. You know, so they know what's going over their roads. And I'm driving off the road here. Climbing over the pass into Salt Lake City. Oh, that's cool, Speedkeeper. Well, Timmy's a trucker too. We have another guy named VH. We got several guys that run trucks. So you're welcome to the channel, and we'll be on here and there. I think this is going to really become a trucker's channel because we do a lot of trucking. Talk about the white powder stuff. The DEA gets involved. What's up, Red Alpha? I was having fun. You know, the exciting thing for me was that I was able to get one cargo haul done completely in Freelancer. I actually made it from one station to another without having the server reset or dying. I also got, you know, thanks to Binpin and my wife, I was able to reset my criminal record to 0. We got back and they covered me while I ran the computer and got my status fixed on the computer, the hacked computer. I gotta stretch. Sit up for a little bit. Sorry for the funky view, but I'm stretching. $45 degrees today, and now it's 25. Yikes. Well, that was weird. I wonder why it shifted up like that. Yep, that was my first complaint with the truck. When I first started the video, I was talking about things I don't like about it. I don't like the rear view mirrors that are on the front. Like I put the extra mirrors on and they're still too small. I want the round ones back, but you can't get the round ones for this truck. You can only get these stupid square ones, and the rear view mirrors are way far out, so you can't really you can't see them without turning your head, and I don't like that. I like to be able to see them while I'm driving. So the dealership was in, I want to say it was in Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, I think I just missed my turn. Oh, shoot, I did. Dang it. Yeah, the mirrors. And there's nothing you can do about it because that's really how the mirrors are. You know, yeah. Yeah, the international dealership was in Phoenix, I believe. There's more, but that's the first one that I found. Well, the Volvo truck actually has the mirrors in the right place. If you look at the Volvo, they're not in the right place, but one set of mirrors that you can buy are actually closer into the truck, and you can see them when you're in just regular cab view. So, okay, so there's a dealership north of Salt Lake. Thank you, Deadly, for that. Oops. See what that's at? I couldn't see that guy. I thought I was clear and I wasn't. Oh, we need to get off here anyway. Whoops. 1600. You said the Volvos in the game are clean. Yeah. Yeah, they have that shorter mirror for the Volvos. Some of the mirrors are longer too, but there's a silver mirror that's in close, and I use that one when I use the Volvo, and I love that mirror. I still say probably out of all the trucks, the Volvo is my favorite so far, but I'm really enjoying this. I love the way the cab in this truck looks. That's right, going the extra mile because he missed the turn. Oh, the T680, there you go. I like them all. I mean, I like all the trucks. I like the Kenworth too. This is cool. I just like the way that this one looks. It looks different than the other ones, so. All right, Cheyenne. In real life, they're expensive to fix, huh? I bet. All right, back on the flow. We're clear. You like the European models better, the flat front trucks? Yeah. Or the cab over. That's what they really call them. I call them flat front. So this has been a fun ride in this truck. We're heading to Logan now. That'll be our last stop for the night, our only stop for the night. They're actually going to add Idaho next. They announced it today, Gomer. So Idaho will be the next state, and I think that's a good choice. Idaho seems like it's kind of right in the middle of everything that they've added so far, and so I think that's a nice add-on. We'll be able to cut through Idaho instead of having to go through Nevada every time we go anywhere. This is telling me to get over here, so we're going to get over. All right. Absolutely, big tall man. Oh, the Lonestar with the 950. Does this one have a 950 option? I haven't gotten that far unlocked in the game. I'm still only like level 20, so. Cab over, nasty tight fit. Can't wait for Texas. Yeah, Texas is probably going to be a long way off, I would imagine, but it is coming. Oh, they have a new Volvo? Do they have a new Volvo on ETS2? Did I miss that? Or is it, are you saying the new Volvo, but it's still the old model? Did they revamp the Volvo models? Oh, he made you a 950 mod? Okay. They said it's going to be out sometime in February, Gomer. That would be cool, wouldn't it? They probably will, but especially if it's a well-known landmark. Impact driver. Ooh. C2C has it done well? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, probably at least 10 years, Deadly. I think that's probably where they're going to be at. So, oh, Kenworth Truck Dealer discovered. Are we port of entry? Let's see. I already stopped. So for those of you that care, everybody stopped on the ramp. I turned 46 years old today, though technically yesterday at this point. For those of you in the States, it's still my birthday. Here in England, my birthday's actually over. But, hey, what's up, Dre? How's it going, man? Thank you for the follow. You guys pulled an IROC. I'm almost to my destination, and then I got to go to bed. I'm going to turn that off. So snowy. Yeah, we had a little bit of snow here yesterday, like I said, but we haven't gotten a lot of snow. I mean, this area of England does not get a ton of snow. Most of England doesn't get a ton of snow. They've done Tennessee. Sweet. Thanks, guys. Yeah, happy belated at this point, right? Oh, my goodness, big tall man. Not permanently, Cromwell. Just as we work to get her daughters adopted into the U.S., and as we wait for the process to go through, I'll be here. I'm here. I got here in October, at the end of October, and I will be here through February 24th. Or, I'm sorry, 16th. Or something like that. We're not sure quite yet. It depends on how the court case goes and all that stuff. But I'm supposed to be coming back on the 16th, but not sure yet. Whenever I could go back, I go back. 32 today. Oh, there you go. Thank you, though. Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It's weird to be 46 years old, but it was weird to be 45, so I feel like an old man. You said for some reason your back hurts now. Can't imagine why. I think we're going to go around this dude. He's kind of poking along here. Yeah, it's been fun. The driving here is scary. I am not mentally equipped for the pace that is the insane driving that is. It's actually not that bad, honestly. Now that I've been driving for a couple of weeks, I definitely feel like a little bit more at home here. But there's just things where, like, there are places where I just don't know what to do because it's not. They're types of roads that we just don't have in the U.S. and it's just different. And I have to, like, kind of crash my way through, hoping that I don't hit somebody. Like, okay, they have very different rules than we have. And Like one thing here, pedestrian crossings. If anywhere there's a zebra stripe on the ground, the pedestrians have the right of way. So people just walk out into the road. And so you constantly have to be looking. And at nighttime, that's scary when somebody steps out into the road in front of you, you know? So you have to constantly be on the brakes and ready to stop because somebody just walks out in front of you. And, you know, for somebody that grew up with that, it's not a big deal. But for me, coming from the U.S. where people just wait for the light to change before they cross, you know, it's, hey, we'll see you later, Jackson. Thank you for being here tonight, my friend. You know, that's for us, you know, it's different. So you just have to kind of like, you're constantly just using the no traffic mod. No, I meant in real life. I wish there was a no traffic mod. Yeah. It's not that it's bad. It's just different, you know. And you know, the road. Yeah, Kaleem said the same things in Denmark, right? The roads are really tight. You have all the traffic circles and stuff that you have to get used to. Which lane am I going? Where am I? And plus, I never know where I'm going. I'm always having to ask them, like, okay, where am I turning? And Moni's either telling me or Moni's mom is telling me where to go, and you know, everything has to be done quick. So, yeah, sometimes they'll walk out, or they'll do stupid stuff like we ran into the situation last night. We were coming back from her mom at a meeting, and we were on the way back, and there's a roundabout, and then right on the other side of a roundabout, they have a crosswalk. So as you're merging with all this traffic and coming around the roundabout, all of a sudden there's a person standing in the road. It's like, and everybody has to come to a stop in the roundabout. That's scary. Like that's you know, it's just different. I wish I could. We're driving a Suzuki Grand Vitara, which, for those of you that know what that is, it's a small truck. I mean, it's not big at all. It's like the size of a Chevy Trax. It's real small, but it is big enough that it's kind of scary for somebody that's the first time driving in England to be driving a car that size. It's like it would be akin to never driving before and then being in like a Caprice Classic. Because the roads are just so narrow. I see these little like Peugeots and you know driving by, and I'm like, I wish I had one of those to learn how to drive in, because that would be, the smaller size makes it, you know, fit through some of these really tight areas a lot less frantically. So wacky races, yeah, but I'm getting the hang of it. I'm feeling less stressed as I drive, and just, you know, but when I go places I'm not familiar with, and don't forget, I don't have my glasses. My glasses broke a couple months ago, so I can't see when it's dark out. Like when it gets dark, I have a hard time seeing where I'm going, and I get a little frightened. Well, okay, no Peugeot. Okay, what about a Renault? No French cars. Okay, what about a Toyota or yeah, Toyota for sure. Honda. I'm trying to think. They seem to be the ones that make the really small cars, though. Skoda makes a couple small ones. Everybody seems to love Skoda over here. We've got Vauxhall. I've heard not to buy those either. So that's the UK version of a Chevy. So you said you don't want a Peugeot. I guess I could turn right here. Yeah, I think I would have liked the original 206, like the rally car from back in like the 90s. Those are good looking cars. Toyota's much better though, yeah. Well, they have a Ford here called the Ka, K-A, and it's really it makes the Fiesta look like a luxury sedan. It's so tiny. They have so tiny cars. I love the little, I don't know what you call them, like key cars or whatever they call them, but they're perfect for the English roads, you know. Good, they get great mileage because the gas is more expensive, so that they're a lot cheaper to run. And that's one thing I love about over here. I'm a hatchback guy. I love hatchbacks, and everywhere you look, there's just cool hatchbacks everywhere. Driven 1 and 4 is so very tiny. Uh-oh. 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 I was trying to get it. Let's see. Can we get it? Alfa Romeo. Oh, I hit the fence. Whoa. Oh, you're talking about the Robin, the Reliance? There's the Reliant Robin, and I don't know what the other one is. They have the shoot sticks. Nope. Shoot. I just totally got myself into a really bad position here. Oh, no. I'm hitting the shift to get it into... What am I going to do here? Let's try this again. So what we're going to have to do is... We're going to have to work our way around like we're going to pull out. Because the trailer's just not going to get it. So I need to get the cab heading the wrong way. I know this is going to seem counterintuitive, but if I can get the cab to sort of jackknife here without getting too jackknifed. Well, that's pretty bad right there. I don't want to go any further than that. No, would you freaking... This is the problem using keyboard for some of the buttons. There we go. Okay, got it. That's what I needed. Now, I don't know how we're going to do this, though. Unfortunately, we got to back into the hole, so I can't see. We're going to have to use the cheater mirrors. I don't feel too bad about it, because in real life, you can kind of see them like this. But I can't see the hole where I'm supposed to drive this thing. Hang on. I think I'm in it, but I might not be. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I'm going to have to back in and then back out and then or pull back out and then back in again because I'm hitting that trailer. Shizzle sticks. Yeah, it's the stupid coastline mining trailer. And this is the shorter truck too. I have the short. I don't have the longer frame unlocked. I'm not going to get it. So I'm just going to pull out and try again. We're going to come in from a different angle here this time because this is not going to work. Don't hit that trailer. Come on. Okay, there's that. Okay, let's try this again. Nope, not enough. I didn't go far enough. More. All right, there we go. So the problem is I'm not going to be able to get... hang on, let me look from the outside. That might do. Nope. Almost. Okay, we might be able to... We can work with this now. Come on, straighten out. Yeah, at least you don't have to worry about shifting right now. I wonder how, like, real truckers deal with that. That's got to be horrifyingly difficult to deal with. I wonder if nowadays they can just throw... If a trucker will just throw a drone up. Yeah, that's kind of a scary looking Santa now that you mention it. Okay. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, this is where the old cab over would have an easy time backing in. Nope, wrong way. My instincts were incorrect. You drive the cab over an ATS, yeah. Hey, we're a lot closer this time. I'll get it this next time. Sorry, guys. You said, what trucker do you know that owns a drone? I don't know. I would think some of them do. It would make life easier. Just toss the drone up and you could do this. Put the drone over yourself and see, hey, am I clear? I bet trucks in the future will have drones built into them. They press a button, the drone will go up and give them a nice camera angle. That'll do. We got it. We got it this time. So now I'm going to turn this way. Ta-da! Told you. Well, our backup camera, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a weird looking truck. I don't necessarily love it. With the right paint job, it kind of works well. A stripey paint job or a good like solid blue. All right. There we go. Ta-da! Job completed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this exciting trip. Thank you so much for being with us, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. And I will see you guys next time. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. And we will see you on tomorrow night for the Friday night farming stream. Thanks for being here again, guys, and we'll see you later.